Welcome, everybody. We're diving deep into rich business messaging today.
Yeah.
You gave us a ton of research on RBM, and we're going to help you pull out all the good stuff from it. Not just like, what is it? But,
Yeah.
how are
Yeah.
businesses really using this? What's coming next? What does Apple jumping into this whole world mean for the future of how we connect with companies?
Yeah. It's it really is fascinating to watch how this is changing.
Yeah.
The way businesses can really connect on a deeper level with
Mm.
consumers.
And there is a lot to unpack. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I'm kind of curious about the big picture. Like, RBM isn't just some random upgrade.
Right. It's built on, you know,
No,
a foundation of RCS, rich communication services, which
Right.
is,
Oh, so good.
is a pretty significant evolution from SMS and MMS, essentially. RCS allows for all the rich features that we're used to in,
Hmm.
apps like WhatsApp. It's
Right.
not
Yeah.
a native messaging app on our phones. So this
Especially impactful for Android users.
So no more needing a separate app just to get
Oh,
a
heck yeah.
cool video message from a business. It's all happening right in our
You're right for
regular text message thread. Exactly. And that's what makes RBM so powerful. It takes the richness of those app experiences.
Yeah.
It makes them accessible to a much wider audience. So instead of, you know, just plain text, we're talking
Yeah.
high-resolution images, videos,
Yeah.
interactive carousels, even
Yeah.
the potential for augmented reality experiences, all within our text messages.
Okay. So I'm already starting to see how this changes the game for businesses. But
What do you listen?
let's get specific. What kind of impact are we seeing out in the real world?
Well, one study by Mobile Squared found that
Yeah.
RBM campaigns are seeing a 400% higher click-through rate compared to traditional SMS marketing.
400%. Wow. Okay. I can see why businesses are paying attention. But what about
Yeah.
the user experience? Is RBM actually living up to the hype?
Absolutely. Businesses are using RBM in
Mm.
some really incredible creative ways. For example, let's say you're booking a flight with an airline that's using RBM. You can receive a message with an interactive seat map, allowing you to choose your seat right there in the message. And with Deep Link technology, you could confirm your booking and manage your entire itinerary without ever leaving the messaging app.
Oh, no more bouncing between apps. Struggling with tiny mobile websites. That sounds way more convenient.
Exactly. And this kind of streamlined experience is happening across industries. In retail, we're seeing personalized product recommendations with interactive buying options.
Hmm.
In healthcare, appointment reminders and telehealth consultations are becoming more efficient and accessible.
It feels like RBM is making, all those everyday interactions just so much smoother. And I imagine this is a huge win for businesses that are trying to improve customer service.
Absolutely. Businesses are using RBM to handle everything
Right.
from answering basic questions to troubleshooting complex issues. And with AI-powered chatbots becoming increasingly sophisticated, we're seeing a significant reduction in wait times and an increase in customer satisfaction.
So instead of waiting on hold for
Yes.
an eternity, you could be chatting with a bot that can, pull up your order history, maybe offer some solutions, or even connect you with a human if needed.
Exactly. It's all about making customer service more efficient
Hmm.
and personalized. And businesses are seeing the results. A recent study by Juniper Research found that chatbots are projected to save businesses over $8 billion per year by 2025.
That's incredible. So we're talking about a technology that's not only improving the customer experience,
Right.
but it's making a significant impact on the bottom line for businesses. But let's be honest, there are always concerns when new technology emerges.
Of course, and one of the biggest concerns with RBM is data privacy. Consumers are,
Yeah.
rightfully cautious about how their information is being collected and used.
So how is the industry addressing these concerns?
Well, first and foremost, it's crucial for businesses to be transparent about their data practices. They need to clearly explain what information they collect, how they use it, and what measures they take to protect it. Just as importantly, they need to give consumers control over their data,
Mhm.
allowing them to,
Yeah.
opt in or out of certain features and communications.
So no more, shady data grabs, hidden clauses in the fine print.
Exactly. Transparency and user control are key to building trust in the RBM ecosystem. And beyond that, we're seeing the development of,
Yeah.
robust security protocols and encryption methods to safeguard consumer data.
So while RBM is opening up all these new possibilities for businesses, it's also raising the bar for data security and ethical practices.
Absolutely. And as this technology evolves,
Right.
we're going to see even more focus on responsible data management and consumer protection.
Well, it sounds like we're off to a good start, laying the groundwork for a future where businesses and consumers can connect in a more secure and personalized way. But
I'm curious about the role of mobile operators in all of this.
that's a great point. Mobile operators are playing a really crucial role. in shaping the RBM landscape. They're,
Yeah.
they're not just providing the network infrastructure, they're also developing platforms and marketplaces that connect businesses and consumers.
Okay, let's dive into that. What do these operator-managed marketplaces look like? And what benefits do they offer? Imagine a one-stop shop where you can find and connect with businesses using RBM. These marketplaces act as curated platforms where businesses can showcase their RBM capabilities and consumers can discover new experiences. It's a win-win situation.
So instead of just, you know, randomly getting messages from businesses, we could go to a marketplace and choose which brands we want to interact with.
Exactly. It gives consumers more control, and it helps businesses reach a more targeted audience. And because these marketplaces are managed by mobile operators, they have the
Yeah.
potential to integrate seamlessly with our existing mobile services,
Focus.
creating a more
Yeah.
cohesive and convenient experience.
This almost sounds like the App Store model, but for RBM experiences.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
And just like app stores, these marketplaces are creating a competitive landscape where businesses need to, up their game to stand out and attract users.
So we're talking about a shift from mass messaging
Yeah,
to a more curated and personalized approach. That's a pretty big change.
it is. And it's
That's
a
really-
profound impact on how businesses communicate with consumers.
Mm-hmm.
But before we delve deeper into that, I think it's important to address the elephant in the room, the future of A2P SMS.
Oh, yeah. With all this talk of rich media and interactive experiences, what happens to those traditional text messages that, we've all grown accustomed to and maybe a little tired of?
Well, the reality is, as RBM gains momentum, A2P SMS, those application-to-person messages that are typically used for, marketing and notifications, will inevitably decline.
So thought
Yeah.
Generic promotional texts, appointment reminders are on their way out.
A gradual process.
Yeah.
But yes, the writing's on the wall. Businesses are realizing that RBM offers a far more engaging and effective way to reach consumers. And as more people experience the benefits of rich media and interactive features, they're going to expect that level of sophistication from all their interactions.
Yeah. Why settle for a boring text message when you can have
Yeah.
a full-blown multimedia experience?
Exactly. And this shift away from A2P SMS is going to be further accelerated by the rollout of 5G networks.
Okay, now we're talking. I knew we couldn't have a conversation about RBM without mentioning 5G. How is this next generation network going to supercharge the possibilities of RBM?
Well, 5G is all about, speed, low latency, and increased bandwidth. This means we can expect even richer media experiences, lightning-fast interactions, and seamless integration with other emerging technologies.
So imagine those interactive videos, augmented reality experiences, real-time consultations we were talking about earlier. Now imagine them happening instantly, without any lag or buffering. That's the power of 5G, combined with RBM.
Exactly. And 5G is going to unlock a whole new level of personalization and location-based targeting. Imagine walking past your favorite store and receiving a personalized offer based on your previous purchases and your current location.
That sounds incredibly convenient and maybe a little bit creepy, depending on how targeted those offers get. Oh, sure.
That's the fine line that businesses need to walk. Personalization is powerful, but it needs to be done responsibly and respectfully. Consumers need to feel in control of their data and their experiences.
Well, it sounds like we're heading towards a future where businesses can connect with us in ways that were, unimaginable just a few years ago. But with all this innovation, it's crucial to remember the human element.
Absolutely. Technology should always be a tool to enhance human connection, not replace it.
Okay. I think we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the evolution of business messaging, the key features of RBM, the potential benefits and challenges, and even the role of mobile operators and the impact of 5G. But there's one more major development we need to address before we move on: Apple's entry into the RBM world.
You're right. This is significant development. That's going to reshape the entire RBM landscape.
And it's about time.
Right.
For a long time, RBM was primarily an Android thing, leaving iPhone users out of the loop.
Exactly. But with Apple now on board, RBM has the potential to reach a truly global audience.
So almost every smartphone user can now experience the power of RBM. This is a game changer for businesses.
Absolutely. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities for engagement and customer interaction.
I'm curious, how does Apple's approach to RBM, what they call Apple Business Chat, differ from what we see on Android?
Well, Apple Business Chat is seamlessly integrated with iMessage, which gives it a familiar and intuitive feel.
Yeah.
For iPhone users, it also offers some unique features, like the ability to schedule appointments or make payments directly within the chat.
So it's all about that, smooth integration with the
Yeah.
Apple ecosystem. What about Android? What are
Oh, yeah.
what are the advantages of RBM on that platform?
Android's RBM benefits from,
Yeah.
its wider reach and flexibility across different devices and carriers.
Yeah.
It also has a strong ecosystem of developers and technology providers,
Yeah.
which is, driving innovation in the space.
So both platforms have their strengths. What's the best approach for businesses in this new two-platform world?
The key is to develop a cross-platform strategy that leverages the strengths of both ecosystems. Businesses need to create RBM campaigns that are optimized for both Android and iOS, ensuring a seamless and engaging experience for all users.
This sounds like a challenge for businesses, but also an incredible opportunity to reach a truly global audience with personalized and impactful messages.
It is, and it's just going to be fascinating to see how businesses adapt their strategies and embrace the possibilities of RBM in this new two-platform world.
Okay, let's dig deeper into some of the specific ways businesses are using RBM to revolutionize customer experiences. I'm eager to hear some real-world examples of how this technology is making a difference across different industries.
Let's start with retail.
Perfect. That's an industry that's always looking for new ways to connect with consumers. What are some of the ways that RBM is transforming the retail experience?
Well, retailers are really embracing RBM to create more personalized and interactive shopping experiences.
Yeah.
So imagine, receiving a message from your favorite clothing store, showcasing new arrivals based on your Urtige. Past purchases, you could swipe through a carousel of images, tap to view product details, and even make a purchase right there in the message.
Oh, that's way more engaging than, like, a static email or a generic text blast.
Exactly. And with RBM, retailers can go beyond just showcasing products they can offer.
Yeah.
Personalized styling advice, create interactive quizzes to help you find, the perfect fit, or even host, like, live shopping events within the messaging app.
Whoa. A live shopping event in my text messages. That's next level.
It is. And it's just one example of how RBM is, blurring the lines between online and offline shopping.
Yeah.
Another exciting area is using RBM for in-store experiences.
Oh, that's interesting. Tell me more.
Imagine walking into a store and, receiving a welcome message on your phone with, like, a map of the store, personalized recommendations based on your loyalty program, maybe even exclusive offers.
Yeah.
Or discounts.
So it's like having a personal shopping assistant in my pocket, guiding me through the store, making sure I don't miss out on any deals.
Exactly. And RBM can also be used for things like contactless payments, self-checkout, even getting help from a store associate without having to wait in line.
It sounds like RBM is transforming the entire retail experience, from browsing and discovery to purchase, and even in-store interactions. What about other industries? Are we seeing, similar innovation in areas like finance and healthcare?
Absolutely. In finance, security and efficiency are paramount. RBM is being used to provide real-time transaction alerts, fraud prevention notifications, and even personalized financial advice. Imagine receiving a message from your bank notifying you of a suspicious transaction and being able to instantly freeze your card or report it as fraud, all within the messaging app.
That would be a huge relief. No more, frantically searching for the bank's phone number, waiting on hold.
Exactly. And beyond, those essential security features. RBM is also being used to streamline financial management you could receive, personalized spending reports, budget reminders, or even investment recommendations based on your financial goals.
So it's like having a personal financial advisor at your fingertips 24/7.
That's the idea. And in healthcare, RBM is making it easier to manage appointments, communicate with healthcare providers, and even access telehealth services.
I'm really interested in the telehealth aspect. How is RBM being used to facilitate, virtual doctor's visits?
Imagine receiving a message reminder for your upcoming telehealth appointment with a link to join the video call directly within the messaging app. You could also use RBM to communicate with your doctor's office, ask questions, or even receive personalized health tips and reminders based on your medical history.
Wow. So instead of dealing with, multiple apps, clunky web portals, everything is streamlined and accessible right where we're already communicating.
Exactly. And this is just the beginning. As RBM technology continues to evolve and integrate with other emerging technologies like AI and 5G, we can expect even more innovative and impactful applications in healthcare and beyond.
It sounds like RBM is truly revolutionizing the way businesses connect with consumers across a wide range of industries. Let's dive a little deeper into the technological underpinnings of RBM. I know we touched on RCS earlier, but I'm curious to learn more about how it actually works.
Of course, RCS stands for Rich Communication Services, and it's essentially, the next generation of SMS. While SMS was limited to text-based messages, RCS allows for a much richer experience with multimedia content, interactive features, and enhanced security.
So how does RCS actually enable those rich features and make RBM possible?
At its core, RCS uses a different protocol than traditional SMS. It leverages data connections, like a Wi-Fi or mobile data, to transmit messages, which allows for larger file sizes and more complex data. This means businesses can send high-resolution images, videos, and even interactive elements like buttons and carousels.
So it's like upgrading from a dial-up connection to high-speed broadband for our text messages.
That's a great analogy. And just like broadband revolutionized the way we access information online, RCS is transforming the way we communicate with businesses via messaging.
Okay. That makes sense. So RCS is the underlying technology that powers RBM.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm also curious about those deep link URLs that you mentioned earlier. How do they work? And why are they so important for RBM?
Deep links are essentially, smart links. They can take you directly to specific content or actions within an app or website. Think of it like this. You receive a message from your favorite online store with a promotion for a new pair of shoes. In the past, you'd have to click the link, which would probably take you to their homepage. And then you'd have to search for the specific shoes, navigate through their website, and maybe even create an account or log in. It's a clunky process.
With a lot of friction.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely abandoned many online shopping carts.
Yeah.
Because of that kind of hassle. Exactly. But with a deep link, that same message could take you directly to the product page for those specific shoes with your size and color preferences already selected. It's a, seamless, frictionless experience.
Wow. That's so much more efficient and user-friendly.
And that's why deep links are so crucial for RBM. They allow businesses to create more personalized and engaging experiences that drive conversions. Instead of just sending a generic message with a link to their website, they can use deep links to take users directly to the most relevant content or action.
So deep links are like those secret passages in video games that take you directly to the next level, skipping all the, tedious stuff in between.
I love that analogy. And just like those secret passages, deep links can make the RBM experience much more enjoyable and rewarding for both businesses and consumers.
Okay. I'm getting a clearer picture of the technical magic behind RBM. But let's talk more about the human element. We've touched on AI-powered chatbots, but I'm eager to explore how they're being used to enhance customer service. In the RBM world,
chatbots are revolutionizing customer service by providing instant support, personalized responses, and 24/7 availability. With RBM, chatbots can go beyond, basic text-based interactions. They can use rich media, interactive elements, and even AI-powered sentiment analysis to provide a, more human-like and engaging experience.
So instead of just getting a robotic response to my query, I could have, an actual conversation with a chatbot that understands my needs and provides
tailored solutions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine contacting your internet provider because your Wi-Fi is down. Instead of waiting on hold for ages, you could initiate a chat with their chatbot within the messaging app. The chatbot could ask you a few questions to diagnose the problem, provide troubleshooting tips, and even schedule a technician visit if needed, all without, any human intervention.
That sounds like a dream come true for anyone who's ever struggled with, frustrating customer service experiences.
It is. And as AI technology continues to advance, chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated.
Yeah.
They can understand natural language, learn from past interactions, and even anticipate your needs before you even ask.
It's almost like having a personal assistant who knows your preferences and can handle those, mundane tasks so you can focus on more important things.
Precisely. And with RBM, those interactions can now happen within the messaging app, making them even more seamless and convenient.
Okay. I'm seeing how all these pieces fit together. RCS provides the foundation for rich media and interactive features deep links allow for, personalized and frictionless experiences, and AI-powered chatbots bring a human touch to customer service interactions. It's a powerful combination.
It is, and it's only going to get more powerful as these technologies continue to evolve and converge.
Yeah.
But let's shift our focus to, the business side of things. I know we talked about operator-managed marketplaces, but I'm curious to explore how they're shaping the competitive landscape for businesses.
Yeah, that's a great point. With so much potential for RBM, it's inevitable that competition is going to heat up. How are these marketplaces influencing the way businesses approach RBM?
These marketplaces are essentially creating a new playing field. For businesses, they provide a platform for businesses to showcase their RBM capabilities, reach a wider audience, and compete for consumer attention.
So it's not just about adopting RBM, it's about using it strategically to stand out from the crowd.
Exactly. Businesses need to think carefully about how they present themselves in these marketplaces. They need to create compelling profiles, showcase their unique offerings, and demonstrate the value they can provide to consumers.
It's like creating a storefront in a bustling marketplace. You need to make sure your shop is eye-catching, your merchandise is well presented, and your customer service is top-notch.
That's a perfect analogy. And just like in a physical marketplace, businesses need to build a reputation for quality, trust, and innovation to succeed in the RBM world.
So it's not just about, sending pretty messages. It's about creating a holistic RBM strategy that aligns with the brand's values and resonates with the target audience.
Absolutely. And those who get it right stand to gain a significant competitive advantage.
Well, it sounds like the RBM revolution is well underway, and businesses need to be prepared to adapt and evolve if they want to stay ahead of the curve. But before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to come back to the broader implications of this technological shift.
I agree. It's important to step back and consider the bigger picture.
We've talked about how RBM is changing the game for customer service, marketing, and even in-store experiences, but I'm curious about the long-term impact on society as a whole. How is RBM shaping the way we communicate and connect with each other?
That's a profound question. And I think the answer lies in the shift toward a more human-centered approach to technology. In the past, technology often felt impersonal and transactional. But with RBM, we're seeing a move toward
more meaningful and
personalized interactions.
So instead of just receiving, generic blasts of information, we're engaging in two-way conversations that are tailored to our individual needs and preferences.
Exactly. And this is having a ripple effect on our relationships with businesses and with each other. RBM is fostering a sense of trust, transparency, and even intimacy in our digital interactions.
It's almost like RBM is bringing back the human touch to technology.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And I think it's a positive development. As technology becomes increasingly integrated into our lives, it's crucial that we use it in ways that enhance our humanity, not diminish it.
Well, that's an inspiring thought to leave our listeners with. But before we officially wrap things up, I want to pose one final thought-provoking question to ponder as they navigate this exciting new world of RBM.
I love it. What's the question?
As RBM evolves with 5G, AI, and all these other emerging technologies, what ethical considerations do we need to kind of keep in mind to make sure this technology is used responsibly for the benefit of everybody?
That's a really crucial question. As with any powerful technology, it's essential that we use RBM ethically and responsibly. We need to be mindful of data privacy, ensure transparency in our communications, and avoid using RBM in ways that could be, manipulative.
Or exploitative.
We were talking about earlier about how RBM could even be used to target people based on things like, how they're feeling or what their anxieties are. That's a little bit concerning.
It is. And it's one of the reasons that we need to really think carefully about the ethical implications of this technology.
So besides data privacy, what are some of the other potential downsides that we need to be aware of?
Well, one concern is that as RBM becomes more sophisticated and personalized, there's a risk of creating, what some people call echo chambers, where people are only exposed to information that confirms their existing beliefs.
Yeah, we're already seeing this happen with social media algorithms, where people are often trapped in filter bubbles that just reinforce their biases. Could RBM make this problem worse? It's definitely a possibility. If businesses only use RBM to target consumers with messages that align with their past behavior and preferences, it could really limit their exposure to new ideas and perspectives.
So how do we mitigate this risk? How do we make sure that RBM is used to foster, open dialogue and critical thinking rather than just reinforcing those existing echo chambers?
It's a complex issue, I think. Part of the solution lies in promoting media literacy, encouraging people to be, more discerning consumers of information. We need to educate ourselves and others about how RBM algorithms work, how our data is being used, and how to identify and challenge our own biases.
So we can't just blindly trust the technology. We have to be, active participants in shaping the RBM landscape and holding businesses accountable for using this technology responsibly.
Exactly. And beyond the issue of echo chambers, there's also the potential for RBM to be used for, manipulative or exploitative purposes.
What do I mean by that?
Well, as RBM becomes more personalized and persuasive, there's a risk that businesses could use it.
Cool.
exploit consumer vulnerabilities, or manipulate their behavior. For example, imagine receiving a message from a company that knows you're feeling stressed or anxious, and they offer you a product or service that promises to alleviate those feelings.
Oh, wow. That's kind of scary.
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
That we need to be aware of, and it's why it's so important to have ethical guidelines and regulations in place to prevent the misuse of RBM.
So we need to be vigilant and proactive in establishing safeguards to make sure this technology is used for good, not for harm.
Absolutely. And that's where organizations like, the Mobile Ecosystem Forum, or MEF, come in. They're working to develop industry standards and best practices for RBM with a focus on consumer protection, data privacy, and ethical marketing.
That's encouraging. It sounds like there are people out there who are already working hard to address these concerns.
There are. And it's important for consumers to be aware of these initiatives and to support businesses that are committed to ethical practices.
So as we navigate this new world of RBM, it's not just about embracing the technology, it's about shaping its development and making sure it aligns with our values.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we've given our listeners a lot to think about today. We've explored the evolution of business messaging, the power of RBM, the benefits, the risks, and the ethical considerations that we all need to keep in mind as this technology continues to evolve.
It's been a fascinating deep dive, and I hope it's inspired our listeners to be active participants in shaping the future of RBM.
I agree. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of rich business messaging. We encourage you to stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged as RBM continues to transform the way we communicate and connect.
The future of communication is in our hands. Let's make it a future that's ethical, equitable, and empowering for all.